know. We're at web episode 2. That's gone fast. It's been a fast week.
It's been a couple of weeks, actually.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say that's why it's gone fast.
Yeah,
It makes no sense. I need a
And,
hobby.
as far as I can tell, people listened.
Yay, thanks to my 2 friends who listen. We have 2 listeners.
At least. And, excitingly, now on Instagram, so we can have people get in touch.
Yes. Okay, now I'm hungry because that is the name of our podcast. Okay, now I'm hungry.
All right, in the mix this week, I want to chat about some food that's made me angry in relation to one of the most important days in our country.
Oh, and you definitely don't like, the worst thing is when food makes you angry because it's just
It shouldn't
not
ever
an
make
emotion.
you angry. No.
ever anger anyone. I actually just had a shocking sort of food realization this morning that kind of reflects on who I am as a person.
Wow.
And I really had to sit back and take a look at my life.
I didn't think we had that kind of a podcast. Is it?
It's still about food, but it was full on. Foodspiration, or like the opposite of foodspiration.
Speaking of inspiring, I also have a food hero.
Ooh.
He's kind of a saint, and it all revolves around something he didn't eat.
Oh my gosh, I can't even guess
Yeah,
where that's
that
going.
is a very
You've
random hook.
You've hooked me in. And I've also got another little one about one of those just weird and kind of upsetting things that some restaurants do, and one is very guilty of doing this.
Are we about to lose access to a restaurant in Adelaide?
No, not naming and shaming anyone in Adelaide. I don't think. I should double check that before we record it. All right, so I'm going to kick this one off this week because, as I just mentioned to you before, I had a bit of a food realisation of the bad kind.
Yep, and
earlier.
you've teased this.
Yeah, I was messaging you just before. So
Yes.
we've actually both been working, and I've just been at work, and I was literally in the middle of reading a news bulletin.
Yeah.
And it dawned on me that the story I was reading about myself. And it was basically about millennials and our food spending habits. And at the moment in Australia, millennials are spending every year $740 on Uber Eats.
$740 a year.
$740 freaking dollars every year on Uber Eats. And I just read it and I went, oh my gosh, this is me. And wait. As I was doing that,
Her eyes are so bright.
in the middle of a news bulletin,
Yes.
I had my phone open on the Uber Eats app and I was ordering my breakfast.
You were not.
I was.
What did you order?
I'm going to show you right now because I was like, oh, I'm going to have to tell Rosie this and I'm going to have to show you a thing. So I hope you've had brekkie because this is going to make you hungry.
Oh, yum.
I
What
know.
Is that mushrooms?
It was like mushroom and goat's curd on sourdough, and I added like chorizo and avocado and all the good stuff.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
And an almond latte.
And how much did that cost?
I'm watching my weight.
How much did that cost you?
Too much?
Well, no, honestly.
Sorry,
I don't
Mum.
think
It's probably like $30.
I'm like apologising to your mum.
Because
she was going to make
the one
for you
listening.
instead.
No, because she'll attack me for spending that much. Oh, he wants me to rate my Uber order now. Gosh. Taj, thank you for your delivery. I won't name the restaurant in question. I just want to see how much I spent.
Because
$34.
$34.
That's like going out for a meal. That was on one breakfast.
Wow, that's like dinner at my favourite Asian restaurant on Google Street with my fiance. Okay, maybe more like $50 for the both of us. Okay, so yeah, am I
name drop? I want to know what restaurant's your favourite one on.
Oh, Barbecue City, name drop away.
Oh, nice.
Am I a millennial? Because you're a couple of years younger than me, not by much.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, am I a millennial or am I? Because I reckon we're Gen Y. I think millennials supposed to be
younger
born in
again?
the millennium. So is that in the noughties?
Because I only just downloaded Uber Eats like a couple of weeks ago.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How have you been surviving?
I just by eating really rubbish food that I make myself.
No, but you're okay.
I'm not good at cooking either. I'll put it out there.
But you are saving for pretty big occasion
for a wedding. So
So,
we are trying
yeah.
to eat out less. But no, I only just down, and the only thing I've ordered so far on Uber Eats, and this is so bad, are McFlurries.
Oh no! Actually, they've just started doing Krispy Kreme deliveries on Uber Eats as well.
Actually, that
the other
just
day.
dropped news this week.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty
So
exciting.
you've
for us all.
you had a moment where you realised you were the news.
I was the news, and I'll just, if I get this little bit in my article, wherever it is. Okay, so it was $740 basically that we're spending, millennials, 25 to 35-year-olds, this is saying. I don't know if that's
yeah,
quite
that's
right,
me.
but
That is
anyway,
me.
that
That
is
is
you.
me.
We
That
do
is me.
both fit into that. Then it's an extra $228 on Deliveroo, $228 on Menulog, and $180 on Foodora. I'm not familiar with Foodora, but
No, and neither are many others according to those numbers.
apparently. Oh, sorry, Fedora. But that's a ridiculous amount of money.
So what are you feeling?
on
Are you
food
feeling
deliveries.
guilt?
Full? Oh. Satisfied? Full? Yes. Also a little bit guilty. Like there is so many, well, I don't want to say so many better things to spend your money on because food is one of the greatest joys in life.
You got to eat. The
You do gotta
alternative
eat.
is you get in your car, go and save a couple of dollars. Are you going to do that?
No. Well, and I was work given. I generally only do these orders if I'm at work and I can't pop out because you're on air or you're doing whatever and you just can't get
Are
anywhere.
you trying to convince us or
So
yourself?
I
mate?
don't know, a bit of both. Shut up.
Okay, I'm going to hand you some pictures.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put these on our newly created Instagram just for reference.
Yes. I can put
All
my
right.
breckie up there as well.
I want you. Oh, you should. I just want you to tell me what you've seen here. So, firstly, there's a picture of. Can you describe that picture?
Okay, some incredibly yummy looking biscuits or cookies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what would you guess they are just by looking at them?
I'm going to say like chocolate almond.
The second picture.
I'm assuming because it's got like because it's next to this other picture of biscuits
Yeah.
that it's some sort of like protein ball, but it kind of looks like arancini because it's in black and white as well.
I did
but I
print
think
it in
I think
black and
it's
white.
like a protein ball.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're spot on, kind of. Now, both of these popped up in my Facebook feed in the past week.
Yeah.
And they made me quite angry because since the last podcast, we marked, I think is the right word, ANZAC Day in Australia.
No. Yeah.
Right? And there's so many traditions for, countries who mark ANZAC Day, namely the Kiwis and the Aussies.
Yeah.
And we have, the dawn service. And there's the ANZAC March and a gunfire breakfast. Did you work in the regions? I worked.
gunfire
Did you
breakfast?
ever hear the word gunfire breakfast?
No.
I
But
swear,
I imagine that's a thing in the
I wrote
region.
articles when I used to work in a newspaper in the country and they had gunfire breakfast. Anyway,
Probably.
one of the other, and probably my favourite tradition, is the ANZAC biscuit.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you remember, back in school, the origin of the ANZAC biscuit was made up of all the
Yeah.
things that
So the
that could
rations
be
and stuff, isn't it?
and
Yeah.
it was stuff that the wives could make here in Australia and then send to their boys
And last.
overseas, and they'd last. And traditionally, the things in it would be like oats in there, sugar, plain flour, coconut butter, golden syrup, and bicarb soda.
Yum.
Right? Oh my god!
I know. The best kind of biscuit.
Do you like crunchy or chewy?
I like a bit of both. Like, a bit of crunch on the outside, but a little chewy on the inside.
But these things made me angry because the cookie that you said looks like choc chip
Yeah, now I know where this is going.
almond was a raw ANZAC cookie.
Oh, raw as well. That
And
is
then-
bullshit.
And then the protein balls were ANZAC bliss balls.
no.
That's exactly
do not
how I felt. I was like,
blaspheme.
it is sacrilegious.
It actually, like, to the more serious extent of it, it kind of is. Like, no one's going to, I mean, they're not going to go, shut someone's shop down because of it, I doubt. But it is like, it's totally ignoring the tradition behind it and slapping the name ANZAC onto it.
Don't mess with tradition.
And
if you're
also,
going to make an almond bliss
it's
ball,
gross.
call it an almond bliss ball. If you're going to make whatever that is, the
that
cookie,
is,
call
yeah.
it by a different name. Don't call it an ANZAC anything.
That is, I have to look at
Because-
these again now. They're
yeah,
not
now-
remotely,
They don't look
yeah,
anything
they don't
like
look like an ANZAC biscuit at all.
And so that cookie there, there's some
That's
other...
good though. The cookie does.
The cookie looks great. Just
Cookie,
don't call
biscuit.
it ANZAC anything. So among the other ingredients, there's sunflower seeds in there.
Ugh.
No. There's also tahini, which
Yuck.
I mean tahini's good for when you use it in dips.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not a dessert thing.
And then there's chocolate on top and there's coconut oil and there's dates. Look, lovely and raw if you're into that. But it's not an ANZAC. Don't attach it.
And there's some things that you just don't do the raw. Like, I get that's the whole trend and you want to make your favourite things more healthy. And I'm all for that. Like, good for you. But not the freaking ANZAC biscuits. Just leave them alone.
Give it a different name. And you know what? For one day of the year, go have a real ANZAC biscuit. Flour and all. It's delicious.
It's literally one day of the year.
Best bloody cookie you'll ever have.
Now I'm angry and hungry. All right, so my next story, basically, this just came up in, I think, my Facebook news feed, and it got my attention because of all the comments and stuff, and everyone was getting all angry, and
I love when the comments are more entertaining than the article at hand.
it's kind of one of those.
Yes.
So I'm banking on you having some angry comments. No, this was pretty ridiculous, I thought. So this was, it was somewhere in Australia. Mm-hmm. But, oh wait, no, it wasn't. I thought it was. It's got like a euro. No, what's that? Is that like a
Where
euro?
am I looking?
Like near the dollar sign?
No, isn't that a pound?
Maybe.
I think that's a pound symbol.
Gosh, I'm not good with currency.
Yeah, I think that's a pound.
That's a pound. Okay, so we're talking out of the UK, guys. Okay, so apparently this restaurant in the UK is charging people for something they shouldn't be charging them for. So this is, like in the past, so this is, I think, what made me think Australia. I was comparing it to, do you remember we had the whole like free the sauce campaign, and it was people charging
for the
little
sachets
sachets
of
of sauce, yeah.
Because they were charging, 10 cents? Or they still do sometimes.
Yeah, and some places I even heard of them, the pump sauce, like they're just going to pump it on your pasty. And they would still charge like 10 cents. I know. It's ridiculous.
How do you charge a pump?
I don't know. It's the
should
effort.
never be taken out of context. But that's ridiculous. All right, but this isn't, they're not charging per pump. What are they charging for?
No, they are charging for, if you're at a restaurant, say you've ordered a nice bowl of spaghetti bolognese or something, and the waiter comes around and says, do you want some pepper with that? Do you want some salt with that? Do you want some parmesan with that maybe? This waiter has come up to this table and said, do you want a bit of parmesan on that? He's grated his parmesan on. They've gotten the bill at the end of the night, and they have been charged £1.50, which is the equivalent of $2.80 Australian.
For cheese.
For added cheese, and which they've actually put there as parmesan supplement on the bill.
What? I mean, okay, I don't want to be the devil's advocate, but cheese is expensive, but they make so much money off the pasta. The pasta costs nothing to make. Yeah, of course there is. I will fight for cheese.
I will always fight for cheese. I just feel like when I'm assuming
$3.
It was like an Italian restaurant. It's kind of going to be a given. I would have thought that it might be. It's just something that comes with it almost.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot. When I read that, I think that made me more mad than the sauce thing.
I thought when you were bringing, like, as you were unrolling the details and you were talking with your hands like a good Italian.
Like a true Italian that I'm not.
I thought you were going to say they're charging for pepper sprinkles.
No, but I'm sure that's next. The fact that they're...
Oh, could you imagine? No pepper, thanks.
That would be absolutely ridiculous.
Do you know how not that I've ever done this, but a way to avoid paying extra if they're going to start charging is like bring your own. Bring
your own parmesan.
So,
like just a little
sachet,
like a little block, or one of those like pre-grated packets.
Just sneak it in any way you can.
See, this is the things that people are going to resort to. It's like when you went to the movies and they started charging you ridiculous amounts for popcorn. So your mum would be like, oh, we can make it just as good. And she'd bring a little Tupperware and everyone had their amazing smelling yummy popcorn, and you just had this crap that your mum made.
Like, who brought the lasagna?
Yes, that would have been you for sure. Anyway, I'm not happy about $2.80 Parmesan supplement, or the name Parmesan supplement. It just looks weird on the bill. If you want to know what else they got got the tagliatelle? Tagliatelle?
The G silent. Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle.
And there's your pasta lesson for the day as well.
And a tiramisu and a latte. 2 lattes.
Yum. I could go with tiramisu right now.
Me too. Yum.
No cheese. Okay, I've hooked this guy as a hero. Here's his face. Look at him. Look at this
It's
bloke.
quite a face. He looks proud of himself.
That is like whoever sourced the photo for this news story. I mean, this guy should sue them.
They've gone to tagged photos. They haven't gone to the profile pictures. They've
gone first what they
straight
can
to
find,
tagged.
and they've zoomed in close. Anyway, this guy is a hero. Now, he's a 22-year-old called Jacob Cartwright from the States. This story comes, and he is a truck driver.
I like it already.
Why just a good truck driver?
I'm just already figuring, the truck driver diet. I feel like this could be
Well,
going
like,
down the right path.
When you think truck driver, in any country, especially in Australia, I mean, what's the first food thing you
it's
think
a farmer's unionised coffee
Yep.
or it's nothing.
They're called truck stops because you can get your pasty, your Chico roll,
Yum.
your farmer's union, your litre of coffee.
Yeah, your
your
frog
pie.
cakes. That's a very South Australian thing.
Yeah.
SA reference. They're
I
yum.
don't think
though.
I've ever seen a truck driver walk out with a frog cake.
Might be a bit feminine. I don't know.
Unless he's brought his
No, they'd have like a
grandson for the drive.
You're right. I've literally never seen that.
But I would love
Berliner?
to. I would love to. A Berliner, more so. But this guy, he was driving across the Oregon-Idaho border,
Of course.
wherever that is, and he had a truckload of chips. A truck full of chips.
Hot chips, crisps.
Well, I'm thinking they're crisps
Okay.
because he's being branded a hero here.
Yeah.
His truck got lost. He got lost in a remote and mountainous area, and he's ended up on foot, and he's had to walk for 4 days.
Oh, you do not want to be in a mountainous area if you get lost on
Yeah,
foot.
like he's taken a wrong turn somewhere. He's ended up well lost. His boss said that this bloke walked 12 to 13 hours a day for 3 days. Like, he got real lost until he reached the Interstate 84 and he flagged down at passing motorists. So this is
Far out.
almost 4 days walking in the wild trying to find help.
It's like life and death stuff.
And the best thing is, he didn't touch a single chip. He didn't open the truck and go, you know what, this could take a while. Let me grab some chips.
Oh, because it was prized cargo and he didn't want to touch it.
Apparently, his boss quoted him as saying, the way he was raised, the stuff's not yours, don't touch it.
Oh,
Now, the only reason I can think
he's
of...
beautiful.
And a little bit stupid. I mean, he
And maybe a
survived.
little dumb.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they were just... If they were chips to fry, you wouldn't want to go gnaw on a potato.
No, well, it'd probably be frozen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably...
But I reckon if
Chips,
if they were crisps, I mean, I love the word crisps.
I know, it's hard to say, isn't it?
Crisps.
Crisps.
What a legend.
That's a nice story. Like, that's one of those people that gives humanity hope. He's the kind of person,
Unlikely hero, yep.
unlike me, he would not touch the grapes in the supermarket.
Oh. You need to check they're okay first. You don't want to buy a bad batch.
You need to test them.
And I
It's
remember
like what the Queen has.
Back when we were kids and the supermarket had all the nuts and lollies in kids' grasps. In the, like,
Yeah. In those plastic containers, you didn't...
Oh,
That's
always.
different to grapes. You can't just... Because you have to,
I got to try that spearmint.
But you can't even...
Leaf.
You actually have to, like, put your hand right in the little... For the want of a better word, the flaps. Like, you'd have to put them in the flaps.
You're a little person, little hands, easy to do.
Oh, yeah, if you were a kid, I suppose so. Oh, my gosh, that's not okay. I think I draw the line at grapes.
Yeah, no, I don't do it anymore, obviously.
Grapes and crisps.
Yeah.
I would have done it. You would have, for sure.
Favourite crisp? I know, I've just pulled this question out of nowhere on you.
Salt
I'm
and
so
vinegar.
sorry.
No, salt and vinegar or like the cheese and onion and light and tangy. Those kind of...
Do they even sell light and tangy anymore?
I think so.
Wow.
It's just like one brand or something like
No, it's going to be
What about
the cracked pepper and lime.
What?
Red Rock Deli,
No,
if you're listening,
oh.
I will happily accept a truckload, and yes, I will.
They are good, but that's a snobby choice, sort of. Like a little bit.
Well, on that note,
We'll still take a truckload. Thanks, guys.
like I said, we'll try and get some of those pictures up on Insta.
Yes, for sure. So the Instagram, okay, dot, and that's O.
Okay, the full word.
Not zero.
No, that's an O. The letter
That's
O.
an O. It's been a long morning. I've been up since 4:30.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Okay, dot. Now I'm hungry, and hopefully we'll see you on there.
I'm going to go to the vending machine right now.
I will join you.